been helped?
Don't you remember, Critic? It's me, Tamra.
Oh yeah, from the Catwoman review. Yeah, you were funny in that.
Thank you.
I find you socially awkward due to your disturbing silence.
I see that you have the Wickerman DVD in your possession.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that that's my favorite movie?
I don't even know what your last name is, so why would I know that?
Do you have the original or the unrated version?
The unrated.
Oh, good.
Why?
No reason. Enjoy your movie.
Oh, well, thanks, That was weird. Ah! Fuck! Can you go that way, please? Jesus. What the hell's going on around here? Ah! Will you get out of here, please? Ah! Turn around and piss off! Ah! Get out of here, you little whack-a-mole! As if this week couldn't get any more creepy. Let's keep it going with Nicolas Cage Month!
Nicolas Cage. I actually have a confession to make. I'm actually not Nicolas Cage. I'm Nicolas Cage pretending to be a narrator who sounds like Nicolas Cage. Is it fucked up? Of course it is. Well, anyway, I'm gonna be starring in about 26 other movies this month, and if they ever made a live-action Winnie the Pooh, I'd play Eeyore.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. Let's talk about Neil LaBute. You might not recognize his name, but you might recognize his movies. Lakeview Terrace, Nurse Betty, and probably his most controversial, In the Company of Men. And if you were like most moviegoers, this was probably your reaction to them. His films usually had a shockingly harsh, mean-spirited tone that many critics liked, but most audiences didn't know how to accept.
We take a girl that type, just some corn-fed bitch, and then one day, out goes a rug, and us pulling it hard. She'll be reaching for the sleeping pills within a week, and we will laugh about this till we are very old men.
People came out of each film saying, it is piss my pants uncomfortable, which I think is the film's intent, but is the film actually any good? I think so-ish. It's saying something-ish that I think is beneficial-ish. For years and years, nobody quite knew what to make of him. That is, until the abominable remake that finally gave moviegoers clarity. That being that out of all his films, we know that quite clearly this one is absolute shit. That remake is, of course, Wickerman. Based on the British cult hit of the 70s, the film centers around a cop brought in to investigate an abduction on an island ran by a bizarre cult. The major change in this one? The island is dominated by women. Yeah, interesting change, but I'm sure the guy who wrote a story about sexist men breaking the heart of a lonely, depressed deaf woman will clearly show no signs of misogyny here. But why wait to find out? Let's take a look at the burning disaster remake that is Wickerman. So it's the credits roll, we naturally open up with our hero played by Nicolas Cage. Hallelujah. He's a cop who likes checking out books that I'm sure most of us will need to read after viewing this picture. He's off doing his coply duties when he sees a kid drop her doll out the window. Jesus, I didn't think you could make Nicolas Cage grabbing a girl's doll actually look cool, but by God, this movie actually kind of pulled it off. In the name of strawberry shortcake, you shall be avenged! So he pulls the car over to give the child back her doll.
We won't let it happen again, sir.
Great, thanks a lot.
Sweetie, stop that. I'm so sorry. She's belted in, but...
Don't worry, it comes with the territory. I'll get it.
As an officer, it's my duty to keep my eyes peeled for any opportunity to serve and protect. Except, of course, when the giant truck is traveling on the wrong side of the road for no reason, plunging innocent civilians into a fiery ditch. For some reason, I'm not very good at spotting those.
Keep her head down!
Cage tries to save them, but the little girl is too busy being needlessly creepy because... that's what kids in movies kind of did for a while. And she burns up in the fire. Cut to sometime later, they never specifically say how long, as it seems Cage has a problem getting over his mistake.
Hey.
So,
That about sums it up.
So, you got a scene for me?
stuff helping you?
You don't have to stay. I don't really need visitors.
Well, she added a lot. As we see, Cage gets a letter from his ex-fiancée, who apparently has elvish penmanship, and alerts him that not only has she moved to an island called Summer Isle, not only does she have a child named Rowan, not only is she probably his, not only is she now missing and she's incredibly concerned, but she wants him to come to the island and look for her. God damn! That's like Jesus finally writing to his father saying how he enjoyed Jerusalem.
Hey. Hey.
So he goes to his cop friend to try and get some advice, who quite frankly seems way too spontaneously into this, having just heard about it.
The plot thickens. So is this like some old girlfriend or something, this, Willow?
We were engaged.
Sounds like she got kind of close with someone else, too. Summer's Isle? She's got the nerve to contact you now? Shit. I mean, you're gonna blow this off, right? Why don't you do a little digging on her first? I mean, come on. Tell her to contact the father. Give her a call.
I don't know why, I'm just really upset about your problems right now. Hello? Oh, your husband's been murdered? Well, boo fuckity hoo!
We need to be in that briefing in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Still got no scene for me? Okay. Nevertheless, Cage agrees to the case as when traveling to the island, he can't help but still think of the girl he let down before.
I'll find out what I want. Take it away. Your dad appreciate it.
Jesus Christ! Who let the truck on the boat? Do boats really need a sign that says no trucks allowed? If it's a party boat, do we have to put no trucks under 21 allowed? Holy fuck! This movie's dramatic subtlety is on par with UHF. So he gets to the island of Summer Isle, or as I like to call it, the Creepy Shire, as he comes across some scary hobbit folk.
Now, a complaint has been made by a resident of this island.
Complaint, you say?
Yes, ma'am, about a missing child.
Well, no, that's always trouble.
What's in the bag? A shark or something?
Go on. Take a peek.
Well, nothing suspicious here. You go ahead and take your bleeding, moving, human-sized bag to wherever while you laugh maniacally. I'm gonna go see if this place has any cake. So he walks into the middle of the Hocus Pocus 2 auditions to see if he can get any answers.
Are you the barmaid in here, or whatever you call it?
I'm Sister Beach, yes.
What's her name again?
I'm Sister Beach, yes.
Please tell me that's the only time we hear that name.
Mrs. Beach.
Sister Beach. Sister Beach. Sister Beach.
There's not enough images of slaughtered bunnies in the world to get me not to laugh at that.
Sister Beach.
My brethren will get revenge in the hokiest, most over-the-top way possible.
Sorry, I'm allergic.
So he comes across his ex-fiancée named Willow, who has quite the talent for giving all information and no information at the same time.
What in the hell happened to you?
We were young.
So what?
Why do we do anything?
I need some kind of answer.
I was scared.
Why do this?
We're different here.
Was it some other
I
guy?
wasn't ready for this.
Okay, if I give you a multiple choice between A, B, and C, will you give me a straight answer then?
I choose Q.
Christ.
Speaking of which, Cage continues to see all sorts of strangeness on the island. Twins talking in unison, women wearing red hoods over their heads, everybody talking in scary foreshadowing tones, Lily Sobieski. And oddly enough, decides not to get the fuck out of there. But again, being Cage, maybe this all makes him feel at home.
Excuse me, did someone unpack my bag? Because I'm missing some tapes.
I wouldn't know about that.
They're called Everything's Okay.
Good.
Look, there she goes, that girl is so peculiar.
Things don't get any better when he continues to dream about the same girl he lost before.
That's not her daughter, though.
Again? This thing follows his subconscious like Freddy Krueger driving the truck from Duel. It doesn't get any scarier the more you show it, it just gets funnier. Can we just get a loop of that? And they say there's nothing good on the internet. But Cage thinks he sees Rowan in the garden and tries to go after her, thinking he's narrowed her down in the barn.
Rowan?
I could hear your vroosh.
Which is really obnoxious when you think about it. How come in a movie, whenever somebody passes the camera in the dark, it's always accompanied by a whoosh? I mean, do people have no control over that? It's really annoying. Ah! Malcolm!
Huh?
Can you keep your whoosh down? I was just talking about how obnoxious it is.
Sorry. It's the new shoes.
He loses track of her and doesn't seem to get any closer, making this scene entirely pointless. He does, however, notice what any fucking idiot would notice the first time being there. A massive lineup of pictured girls all looking like they're about to be sacrificed at an altar. But one picture seems to be missing.
Our harvest festival, we have one the end of each autumn. And then the festival of fertility, too, of course.
What happened last year's?
Afraid it got ruined last night.
Okay, let's cut the bullshit. We all know you're Brian Cox in drag. Just stop pretending.
So he goes to see if he can get any answers from little Lily.
Hey, I meant to ask you in there, do you recognize this girl? Where's the other woman who works here?
No, let's go back to the question you just asked and clearly didn't get an answer to. Have you seen this little girl? God, do you have any policemen in sight? Would you do this on any other case?
Excuse me, have you seen this white man with glasses and a goatee? Okay, well that's good enough for me. Alright guys, nothing to see here!
Things get, imagine this, even stranger when he goes to a school that only seems to be teaching girls.
Will you tell us what man represents in his purest form? Yes.
Phallic symbol, phallic symbol.
Hey, hey, hey! As a man, I am very offended. I mean, you're not supposed to just say it.
School's really changed since I was a kid.
How dare you stand there and frighten my children?
Wow, Nicolas Cage is so creepy he can scare people by just standing in the same room as them? Oh, let's be honest, none of us are surprised by that.
Whose desk is this?
My apologies, we are studying the textbook of lazy jump scares. Okay, chapter 2, children, walking by the camera and going The more questions he asks, of course, the fewer answers he gets.
If Rowan Woodward existed...
If? I suppose her mother is lying to me too, huh?
Not lying, no. Grieving.
You mean that Rowan is dead?
It was an accident.
What kind of accident?
Leave things alone, please.
Sister Rose, how'd she die?
She'll burn to death.
What'd you just say?
She burned to death.
So, seeing how Rowan has more inconsistent backstories than Tommy Wiseau, Cage sets out at least to locate the body or grave, which neither Willow nor Cage thinks proves at all that she's actually dead.
They put it there, I didn't.
Who's that?
So, here's a crazy idea. He asks her to take him to the place where she last saw her. Shouldn't this have been the first friggin' thing that he did?
So this is where you last saw Rowan? Yeah? Can you give me the details? It's important.
Sorry, I don't operate in details. Just foreshadowing bullshit that makes for great creepy padding.
And you're sure it's no way it could be someone from off the island?
No.
Well, that could be considered a clue if it wasn't typical writing for any child stuck at school.
Wait for me.
So he doesn't seem to get any closer. That is, until he thinks he sees her drowning under the dock. Oh, clearly it was just a dream. Well, maybe it wasn't, oh my god! Nope, just a dream.
God damn it!
A double fake out? Really? We're that desperate? God, the least they could have done is at least thrown in another truck.
So he goes to ask more questions after randomly passing by the cult of Jawas, as he just now fucking realizes that Rowan was the girl missing in the framed picture. No, you think?
Why didn't you tell me Rowan was a part of all this? Huh? The rituals.
Well, I'm frightened of this place, too.
All right, I'm sorry. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Jesus Christ, does this guy ever use his brain? These have got to be some of the worst detective skills